Clash for those of you watching in black and white, but Queen's Park Rangers are wearing the dark socks. The pictures come from Granada. The commentator's Gerald Sinstadt. We take it up in the second half.
Husband to Newton. Hurst. Intercepted by Mancini. Venables didn't quite carry to Thomas. Darracott to Newton. McLaughlin's made it, and he's being handed off by Hazel. The referee has given the free kick. Well, they've gone to take the corner, and the corner's been given. Well, that at least was a save by the goalkeeper from Joe Royle. Venables. Venables' control lets him down. Header by Gibbons, Hurst back to his goalkeeper. Connolly. Lyons. Mancini away. Thomas. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Darracott. Royle to Connolly. And a header by Lyons, and it's in!
Those youngsters off the pitch, please. Come on, off the pitch, lads. Off the pitch, please.
A really superb goal. The ball comes out to Connolly, and it's a very good hard cross he hits, and a magnificent diving header by Lyons. Parks did well to get his hands to it, but he couldn't keep it from going into the net.
Thrilling battle up at St James's Park, Newcastle, between Newcastle United and Queen's Park Rangers, where David Taylor was the commentator, where the pictures come from Tyne Tees television, and where Newcastle United are in the stripes.
Today's referee, Mr Jones of Ormskirk, gets the game going, with United attacking the goal to the left. The conditions, a wet and windy day, the sort of day on which defensive errors often are the decisive factor. And in the first minute, a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers. Straight back to Rangers goalkeeper Phil Parks. Long high ball, hard with the header. Hibbett. Good play by him. Searching out MacDonald. Hibbett again. Moncur. Smith let that ball run. And now Francis. And that's Mick Leach. Thomas with a shot! And a goal! Queen's Park Rangers have scored in the second minute. A goal by Thomas. Defensive error by Irving Nattrass let Thomas in for that easy goal. And that's really stunned the Newcastle crowd. Cassidy couldn't control that ball. And now Bowles. Thomas. Francis with a shot, and it's a goal! Jerry Francis has scored for Rangers now. A dipping volley from outside the box, which beat Ian McFall. Well, this is certainly a good day for Queen's Park Rangers. Newcastle look thunderstruck. 4 minutes gone and 2 down at home. Smith. Now there's a chance for MacDonald. And a great save by Parks. And that was the best chance that Newcastle have had so far. Malcolm MacDonald clean through, but Parks smothered his shot. Frank Clark with the centre. McDermott. And Mancini has given away a penalty. Terry Mancini says he headed that ball. The referee says he handled it. And the Rangers players are really angry. Trying to persuade the referee to consult the linesman. And it looks as if he's going to do just that. Mr. Jones of Ormskirk going to have a word with his linesman. The linesman, Mr. Swallow of Sheffield, says the penalty stands. Now, who's going to take the kick? Looks as if it's going to be Malcolm MacDonald. Well, he missed a penalty at Sheffield the other week, so he'll be very anxious to put this one in the back of the net. Rangers players are still arguing. Here goes MacDonald. He's hit the post! This is not Newcastle's day. No doubt well satisfied with the present position, as is his skipper, Terry Venables. So free kick to Rangers on the edge of the box. And it's there! A third goal for Queen's Park Rangers. The scorer, Mick Leach. A free kick, quickly taken, chipped forward, and Mick Leach put it into the net. Natra's clever play. Almost letting in the Rangers. Dermot. Play by him. Hibbert. Hibbert again. Tudor, and he scores! At long last, John Tudor scores for Newcastle. After 39 minutes in the second half, Hibbert broke through on the left, chipped it across, and left John Tudor with the easy job of slotting it past Phil Parks. Donald for Hibbert, tricks his man. And that's a good one. Tudor! John Tudor has scored. After 3 minutes of injury time, at the end of the second half, John Tudor has made the score. Newcastle 2, Queen's Park Rangers 3. And that goal was a defensive error. Phil Parks missed the cross, and John Tudor was left with the comparatively simple task of putting the ball into the back of the net.
So a nice win there for Queen's Park Rangers. Now they've got to start winning a few at home. They haven't won at Loftus Road this season. Under a threatening sky and in front of a noisy crowd, we go first to West London for the First Division clash between Queen's Park Rangers and Chelsea. Rangers still have to win at home this season, but their form has been more than promising, and now they field their expected side in which the youngsters are learning fast, helped by the experience of men like Venables, McClintock and Mancini. As for Chelsea, no Hutchinson, Garland or Houseman, but the competition for places at Stamford Bridge is such that it's still a formidable-looking side. Two youngsters in the defence, Mickey Droy at number 5 and Gary Locke at 2.
So Mancini and McClintock are both going up for it. Number 5 and number 6. Thomas will take the corner for Queen's Park Rangers. Mancini trying to get there with his head just over! Well, that was a beautiful jump by Mancini from that very accurate corner from Thomas. And Bonetti very calmly over. So a corner for Rangers on the far side. So Thomas taking this one as well. Curled in left-footed. And in fact, Gibbons. And does it go? It's given now. The linesman, I think, was flagging, but the referee has given the goal. No, it was disallowed. The linesman there flagging for an infringement. I thought for a moment that Vince James, the referee, was pointing to the middle. But he took heed of his linesman, and Chelsea's goal was disallowed for offside, presumably, against Don Gibbons. So a throw to Queen's Park Rangers. Terry Venables taking it. Bowles. Droy close at hand. Bowles getting it back to Venables. A nice little chip there towards Dave Thomas. And a header there that was just over as well. A good leap there by Thomas, using all his neck muscles on that header as well. Osgood. Risk there, but winning in the end, beautifully beating Venables and Leach, and there's the ball now for Alan Hudson. Played forward for Canberra, back for Osgood, blasting it against Mancini. Webb following it in. And Locke just keeping it in, taking 2 challenges and still winning. And now it's with Locke for Chelsea. A cross in there, and oh yes, an own goal by Mancini! Well, Chelsea's build-up was magnificent for that. And when it looked like breaking down, Locke performed miracles to keep it going. And the cross really fooled Mancini and left him with a dilemma. And he could only tuck it past his own goalkeeper, Phil Parkes. Venables' header. Playing some neat stuff, Queen's Park Rangers in little bursts. Gibbons there finding Thomas. Venables. Mastermind in the middle of the field for them. Hazel. Good looking cross there. Gibbons was hopeful of getting in there and it fell for him again. Bowles! Yes! The goal is given. Stan Bowles has equalised. Well, Gibbons, as that ball came across, leapt well. Lost it for a moment, but it came to Bowles. And Bowles hammered it in left-footed. Bowles. And this time for Venables. Nicely played there for Jerry Francis. A little touch there for Gibbons. He's onside, he's all right. He scooped it across the goal. Get the impression that Gibbons there was trying to curl it a little bit wide of Bonetti, but gave himself just a little too much to do. Garner, Osgood. Now Venables for Rangers. Gibbons. For Bowles, trying to get a 1-2 going, and Don Gibbons now, will he get on this one? Gibbons! So very, very close. Very good play there between Gibbons and Bowles. A 1-2 that really got Chelsea on the rocks. Thomas. Slightly deep across this time towards Leach, but there was Joy again, winning a valuable ball in the air. And Hollins now striding away for Chelsea. Baldwin is racing on ahead of him. Garner is down the left for him, and still Hollins won't give it up, and it's with Baldwin, played now for Garner, and hit first time, straight at Phil Parks. Garner fought that beautifully. Bowles letting it go for Francis. Oh, well done, Francis, and what a good save there by Bonetti. Certainly a minimum of effort there. He found himself a yard or so and let fly from, what, 28, 30 yards? And Bonetti with a damp ball couldn't trust himself, I suppose, to catch it. We're now left with 7 minutes. Webb with the free kick for Chelsea. Garner there, winning a good ball in the air. McClintock getting it away, but only as far as the number 7, Baldwin! And no! Just passed by Kemba. So Kemba just wide, after poor Frank McClintock had made a momentary error there, deep in his own defence. And we stand still at 1-1.
So Rangers still have to win at home. An interesting statistic, really, before we go on. The crowd at Queen's Park Rangers yesterday was 30,000, and the club have made such advances that a third of them, that's a good ratio, were sitting under cover and didn't feel the rain at all. And the take from that 30,000 crowd, incidentally, was just on £20,000, and there's a lesson for a lot of clubs there, I would think. Right, let's get down to the football now. And first, what did the Rangers skipper Terry Venables think of his team's performance yesterday, and the fact that they still haven't won at home?
Now, we've had 5 games at home now, Brian, and we've had 5 draws. I think the main thing, as long as we're picking up points, I'm not very happy with the amount of points we're picking up, really, but at the same time, I'm very pleased with the way we're playing. We're putting it together, we're playing it with plenty of style, and I feel as long as we have plenty of belief in ourselves, that we'll have no problems.
What is the missing link, do you think, now?
I don't think there's any missing.
Played so much good stuff today again.
Yeah, I don't think there's any missing link, Brian. I think with a bit of luck, we could have had the other goal once or twice there. But very, very proud of the way the team played. You know, I think many of the boys are young lads, and they was a bit worried they would be out of their company in the first division. But now, after 10 games, I don't think they've got any problems at all. No worries whatsoever.
In no way. Would you say, Malcolm and Brian, that that's justifiable optimism from the Rangers skipper?
Yeah, I think they're quite a good side, Queen's Park Rangers. I saw them play West Ham. They should have beaten West Ham 4 or 5 goals. And they drew no score that night. They had 3 goals to sell out.
That's right.
But they got some good players. They got some good forwards, which is very, very important.
Who particularly is?
Well, Jerry Francis is an excellent player. Stan Bowles is playing well. Givens is playing well. They're really good front players, and I thought they'd be in trouble at the back, and I thought yesterday in particular against the big fellas Garner and Osgood they'd be in trouble, but they didn't. They got away with it, and so I think they'll have a good season.
They've got a very good goalkeeper, Brian, as well, Phil Parks.
Yeah, well, I don't think that is their strength in actual fact.
What is, do you think?
I think their strength is their skill. You know, believe it or believe it not, it seems to be overlooked when you come out of second division into first. You need a lot of skill. And I believe they've got it to do well in the first division. My mate's got a bet, Peter Taylor's got a bet, 2 bets in actual fact, that they'll finish above Burnley. Now, Burnley are riding high, and we still believe that they will finish above Burnley.
Well, they got skill, but they would claim they didn't have too much luck yesterday with a disallowed goal. In fact, we've looked at it several times today. The referee, Vince James, told me that he gave it for pushing. We have to look very closely to see this little bit of pushing from the corner.
It's almost impossible to see in actual fact.
You've got to look for a group of 3 players running in, and the only possible push is Frank McClintock.
There's McClintock there now with the
now.
2 Chelsea players. Osgood is one of them. If there was an offence committed, it was Frank McClintock pushing Osgood. But from this angle, we don't see it. Perhaps in a few seconds, we'll see it a bit better from the other side of the goal. The referee didn't give the decision, in actual fact. The linesman gave it. Here we go again. McClintock is just coming into the picture now. You see Osgood just going to go up and then suddenly appeared to be knocked off balance. And the linesman now, of course, is on the left-hand side of the picture, and he gives the decision because you'll see Webb in turn turns to him, and then Bowles turns to the linesman. So he must have seen the pushing.
Mind you, you can't complain about that because you were saying in On the Ball yesterday that for decisions in the area, all eyes have got to be glued on that situation, linesmen and referees.
Superb, yes. What I said was, you know, if referees try to run it themselves, they must be crackers. Well, obviously, our friend from York isn't crackers. He's taken the linesman's point of view and his decision, and rightly so.
Today must go down as one of the very best in the First Division yesterday. There were plenty of goals to it. There was also a special quality about one or two of them. It's Wolves against Queen's Park Rangers from Molineux. The pictures come from ATV. The commentator Hugh Johns, QPR, are in the hoops.
Hibbett. Dugan wide on this touchline. Hibbett. For Daly. Again, reaching for Dugan across the box for Richards. Gets it down and scores. Eventually it had to happen. A minute and a half left of the first half, and John Richards scores his second goal of the season. All building up with Daly's long ball. Mancini held off Dugan as he knocks it across the box. Richards goes round Leach, left. Parks standing with the final shot. It certainly looks as though Don Givens really did get a bad bang. They got John Delve warming up on the sideline, so obviously the substitution's going to be made. John Delve. But they're not bringing Delve on. They're obviously going to see first whether they can get Givens fit, I think. So we're going on, and Rangers are at 10 men as the free kick's taken, and Bowles takes the shot now, and he gets the equaliser. There it is, 1-1. 15 minutes into the second half, and Stanbow's a very happy number 10. Split second hesitation by Wolves, and it's in the back of the net. Monroe up there. Hibbett. Dugan, McCallion, and it wouldn't come down for Richards. Hegan. Well, it would not come down for him. For a moment it looked as though Wolves had nosed in front. But while this is all going on, Dugan is wandering away to the touchline. And Sammy Chung is signalling. Dugan comes off. Dugan comes off. Sunderland goes on. Fraction over 20 minutes of the game left. Francis on the break for Rangers. Not a bad ball. Leach is over that far side to exert the pressure again. Got a goal kick. No, a corner. It did come off Hibbett. Crowd deeply unhappy about Dugan being taken off. Thomas with the corner. Mancini. Leach. What a great goal! Mick Leach. It's 2-1 to Rangers. .5 minutes into the second half, and Rangers have come from being 1 down at the end of the first half to take a 2-1 lead. Mick Leach, the scorer. The corner ball by Thomas. Mancini getting the head, and a most acrobatic kick by Leach, cannoning the ball in off the underside of the crossbar. So, there's a surprising scoreline. For a long time in the first half, we thought we were going to get no goals at all. Hibbett. Now Daly for Wolves. They've really got to work now. Hard and low, it's there. And I think Sunderland has got it. Sunderland and McClintock went there. Sunderland certainly claiming it for himself.
So 1 minute after Leach puts Rangers in front. Wolves 11. That hard-hit ball across the face of the goals. Sunderland went for it with McClintock, and I'm pretty certain that Sunderland got the touch and it went in the net. Here's Parkin now for Wolves. McClintock being chased by John Richards. Still 2-2, the scoreline. Leach with the throw-in. Well won by Hibbett. And back by Francis, won again by Hibbett. Free kick given. Venables spreads his arm in disbelief. Parkin. Leaving it for Daly. A good head. Sunderland was the boy. Got on the end of it. And Thomas absolutely streaking out for Rangers. Over the side is Bowles. Has he seen him? He has. He can't miss it, surely. He didn't. What a glorious move out. The scoreline is 3-2 in favour of Rangers now. 7 minutes to go. And there was an attack of Wolves which breaks down. Thomas made a 50-yard run down that left side, saw Bowles in the middle, knocked the ball into him, and Bowles did the rest. Gets his second goal of the game. 3-2. Foul by Taylor on Thomas. Number 12, substitute, John Delve leaves the ball. Venables kick. Delve. Venables. It's Hazel. Venables. Bowles. Venables. Francis Bowles. Francis. And through his Leach and he's onside. He could still get there. Parkin knocks it away. Well, that very nearly was another one. The Rangers will be well satisfied with this afternoon's work. No doubt about that. Came here in 14th position with 10 points. At this moment, they've got 12 points. Wolves, on the other hand, started the game with 8 points, and they've still only got 8 points. They were 19th before today's game started. The wrong end of the table for Bill McGarry's boys. Rangers full value for this performance here. Parkin. Cole. Seen kept his head then. Hibbett, Calliog, Daly, Hegan. All bunched in the box, there's nobody wide. Sunderland missed kick, Taylor in. Hazel getting the corner away, Thomas stops it. That's a good safe ball when you're 3-2 up away from home, and Leach could make something of this one. Bowles has gone galloping in the middle again, unmarked. And a penalty it is. McCall, the man who brings down Leach. So, are we going to have 4-2? Terry Venables, I think, is the fellow they'll call up to have a go at the penalty. He's had one already this season against Stoke in a 3-3 result. No, it's Francis placing the ball down there coolly. So that race by Leach. McCall stops him, and the penalty. Francis takes it. It's 4-2 Rangers. A minute minute and a half of the game left. And a very, very unhappy afternoon for Wolves now. From 1-0 up in the first half, they're dragged back at 4-2.
Yes, a brilliant victory by QPR. Well done.
Straight to Leach. Here's Gibbons. Gibbons finds Clement. There's Francis. Oh, Batson was risking something there. Thomas, his balls! Bob Wilson on the floor. The defence in disarray. And Rangers are 2 goals ahead.
But our last match today features London's brightest team of the moment. It's, of course, Queen's Park Rangers. Yesterday, they went to Derby County, of which we've heard a thing or two in the recent past. So it's Derby against QPR. ATV covered the match. Hugh Johns is the commentator, and QPR are in the dark shirts.
Hector. Clintock sticking tight to him. Corner given away. Clintock obviously is the man who's been detailed to try and take care of this powerful goal-scoring machine, Kevin Hector. Hector going on the near post now with McClintock right behind him. Here's Hinton's corner. And that's number 2! Daniel was so close then, sneaked in unmarked, got himself a free header at it. Never scored a goal in 101 league games for this club, and he very nearly got one then. Nish. Oh, well cut out by Leach. It's the highest yet. Bowles now. McFarlane upending Stain Bowles. It's a lot of hard treatment to Stain Bowles. So, Derby haul men back inside their box. Rangers stick 5 men forward now, including Mancini. Mancini across the box. Well out, the shot is on for Francis. And he scores it! What a good goal by Jerry Francis. The expertise then, tucking it away into the corner. 1-0 Rangers. There's a surprise. 10 minutes gone. First-class bit of opportunism. That ball knocked back by Mancini. Francis ghosting in hard and fast, and did well to keep his shot down into the corner of the net. Hinton. Mancini. No messing, just knocks it straight out for the corner. Crowd again beginning to try and raise the spirits of their Derby side. Well, we really do need a goal. Hinton's corner. Davis across the box. McFarlane couldn't get up. Roy McFarlane got under the ball, complaining, I think, that he got nudged. Hector. And McFarlane's got to get it. Oh, what a save. McFarlane completely unmarked, picked his spot, and Parks filled up the gap. McGovern, and the shot is on for Newton. McClintock knocked it away. Chances on for Hector. Good, honest goalkeeping then by Big Phil Parks. Spread himself and gathered the ball beautifully. Todd for Nish. McGovern. Daniel. Todd. Gummour. McFarlane. Mancini away. Now Thomas for Rangers. Foul by Thomas. Tripping Hinton. Pinton. Under it is Hector. The punch from Parks was positive. McFarlane hoisting it high. Davis is under it. The shot is on for McGovern. Oh, that really was unlucky. Dropping ball, hit on the volley. Kept his head, kept the ball down, but just wide of the target. Fine, cuts it out. Clement as far as Leach. Newton taking it on. Gemmell. And it breaks for Hector. And it still won't go in the net. Gibbons knocking it on for Bowles. On again for Gibbons. He's on his own, there's nobody in the middle. And a corner kick is what he earns out of that particular dash. Gibbons having to go alone then because Rangers were still coming out of defence. Now with a set piece, they do venture to throw men forward. Mancini's number 5, number 9 Leach, number 11 Don Gibbons, hands on hips. On the line, Stan Bowles. Thomas with the corner. And that's number 2, Stan Bowles. Oh, what a gentle, simple goal. 19 minutes into the second half, and Stan Bowles makes it 2-0 Rangers. A set-piece move. Thomas, the corner. Number 11, Gibbons, gets a little tiny touch with his head, and there's Bowles on the line. The easiest job in the world to score. McGovern for Hector. Hector sweeps past one. Too many people there, though. And he points to the spot. Referee Jolly points to the spot for Mancini, knocking down Hector. And Venables, Mancini, McClintock, you can see the expressions on their faces. Astonished, disbelief, angry. Mancini, the angriest of the lot. He's the man who brought him down. And Mancini still having a go at referee Jolly. So Archie Gemmell is the man on whom Derby looked at this moment. Here he goes with the penalty. And he gets it. That was beautifully tucked away, left-footed, right in the corner pocket. So the score, 2-1. 22 minutes into the second half. Parks comes. Mancini! Oh, and they pat that balding head of Terry Mancini. Well, he gave away the penalty, but he certainly at that moment prevented Hinton equalising for Derby.
So Queen's Park Rangers now lying 8th in the First Division. Brian, did you spot anything about Derby County and their attitude or their play that had changed since you were there?
Frustration, obviously, because they were 2-0 down, and perhaps the 3-0 defeat in midweek didn't help. And a slight breakdown in discipline. You know,
what would cause a breakdown?
Well, you have to keep on to players about discipline in every aspect of the game. And if they, if you forget to tell them something in a couple of weeks, they tend to forget it.
Yeah. Well, discipline or not, Derby and QPR, I don't think are the sort of clubs you associate with tough or violent play. I was a little surprised to see that 5 players were booked yesterday. Well, the last one was Terry Venables, and the referee, Mr. Jolly of Manchester, construed this as time wasting. A very nice little picture coming up in a moment that I think you're going to enjoy. Terry looking for a Rangers man to pass to. Mr. Jolly now coming across to say, I'm going to book you for wasting time. And look at Venables.
Different classes.
And then when the referee starts to put Venables' name in the book, I don't think he can spell Terry's name properly, although Terry, goodness knows, has been in the game a few years. A-B, he's saying. V-E-N-A-B.
I think that's very harsh, that booking.
Harsh booking, he says.